Hi, my name is Scarlett Palicki, and I am the founder of Family Focus Blog, which I started about 10 years ago. Um, and I started it to work at home because I had two children. At the time, they were both toddlers. And you really have to think about why you're starting your business and what you want to accomplish. So, for me, at the time, my priority was my family, and they were both so young that I really wanted to put them first and make sure that I was still accomplishing building my business, but I did it around their schedule. So what my schedule looked like back then is a lot different from like what it looks like now, where I work from home full time for my job, and that's my priority. My daughter is home this year from school doing it virtually because of the pandemic, but my priority and my time has shifted a lot of what I can get done, what I expect myself to get done, um, and and really where the priority is here. Now that she's older, I'm able to place more priority on the business. Um, but whatever the needs of your business, whatever the needs of your children, that's the first thing you're going to have to look at is what your priority is, what you need to get done, and how you can reasonably accomplish that. You know, if you have younger children, then you have to either spend more time or plan it out a lot more carefully about their activities that they'll be doing in between while you're working, or you might have to get a caregiver for certain portions of the day at least where you need to be most productive. So you have to really take a look at that first, and that will help you determine what your schedule is. That's what time slots are available for your work. So once you've done that, you really need to use your time effectively when you do get your time scheduled out, because it's so easy for the day to go by and you to have been distracted by this or interrupted by that and not get done what you need to get done. So using your time effectively is so important if you work from home. So what I would say is the number one thing that you would start off with is to create your plan for the day, is to make a to-do list. I always love to-do lists, but you make a list and you put down exactly what you need to get done for the day. And then after you've done that, you can think about what your priorities are on that list, what needs to get done according to deadlines, what needs to get done according to making you money, because it's easy to get distracted sometimes by things you think you need to do and things that will actually make you money. So especially if you are an entrepreneur, you have to be in charge of knowing what those things are that are most important and that will really make a difference in your business. So another thing to consider is when you're most productive and when your most productive time slot is going to be. For me right now, it's at 6:30 before Sierra wakes up and after my son is gone. So that's when it's most productive for me. I get that time where I'm totally interrupted and I can write and I can create and I can really focus and think. It used to be when they were napping was my most productive time. So it depends on you and your schedule and what's going on, but figure out when your most productive time is, that you can devote that to what is your most brain power intensive job. So when I make my to-do list, I put my number one priority, assuming that that is also my most brain intensive activity, into the number one slot and match those up, and then I fill out the priority beyond that into what's available. So for example, this is kind of my to-do list for today, and I did a quick little to-do list up here, and then I put the priority numbers next to it, and then I went down to more of a time slot. I put them in that same order, and I broke it down with adding breaks in between to do with my daughter. And if this was a schedule that I was going to use every single day, I would type that up pretty, make it look fancy, and be able to reuse it and just cross out and make changes if I need to. But usually for me, my days are different every day. So I usually kind of do this every day, where I make a to-do list and then I break it down into the time slots. And that works well for me. But like I said, if you have a repeat, you can easily just type this up and print. And that way you'll be on track easily and you can adjust easily. But so again, that the process that you want to go through to make a plan for your day most productive is to make your to-do list, to identify the time slots that you have available, and then after you've prioritized your to-do list, to plug in those items to your time slots, and then to make sure that you've scheduled breaks in there, like I scheduled breakfast with Sierra, lunch with Sierra, so that you are touching base with your kids when you need to, depending on their age. You might have to do so more frequently and to redirect them into different projects and things. But make sure you schedule that in there so you get a really realistic idea of what you actually have available to, as far as time slots to accomplish your goals. Finally, you might have to revisit this and reassess. So if you find out that you're just not ever accomplishing your goals in time, you are obviously going to have to think of ways to cut down on your to-do list. Are they really things that you need to do? Are they really important? Are they really making you money? And if they are, and you can't figure out how to fit them in still, then you might have to figure out how to outsource some of those things. So like I said, you might have to reassess after you start. You might also find on the flip end that you're getting done quickly and you have extra time, and you should definitely reuse that extra time to think about ways to grow your business, to learn more, and to be even more productive by learning more, by growing, and by getting your priorities most aligned with where they should be. All right, well, I hope this was helpful to you, and I hope that you enjoyed the process of working at home. It's really such a blessing to be able to do so, and try to find the joy in it, try to stay on track, and really think about the best ways to make it work for you, because that's the freedom of it. You can think about how to rearrange and how to schedule things. As long as it's your priorities that are getting accomplished, it'll be great. All right, have a good day. Thank you so much, and you can connect with me at familyfocusblog.com or at familyfocusblog on most social media. All right, thanks again. Bye-bye.